Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel.
Get up.
But you told me.
Get up.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Menta Watch's YouTube channel. In this video, we have something special for you. We just recently got back on a... Get out of the room.
See you later, alligator.
Okay. We just got back on a very special trip hosted by our friends at 0 to 60, but more on that in a few weeks because there will be a very special YouTube recap video of that. In that trip, we were able to visit some very special watchmakers, but on our last day, we took a little detour and visited two very special up-and-coming watchmakers. Our first stop was to the legendary up-and-coming duo Hazemann and Monnin. On this first stop with Hazemann and Monnin, we were not able to record as we were having a few technical difficulties with the camera, but we were able to take some great photos. But anyways, these guys burst onto the scene in 2023. I really love their story. They were two best friends who met in watchmaking school, and a very legendary watchmaking school at that has brought up some of the most recognizable up-and-coming watchmakers we know today. In 2023, they worked on their own watch together, their school watch, and they were able to win the prize of the FP Journe Young Talent Award. After winning the award, they took to refining the watch, making the case a little bit smaller, making everything completely bespoke and in-house, setting up their shop to create the subscription model of their watches, which were 10 of each, the Hazemann version and 10 of the Monnin version. A little bit different case styles, a little bit different dial variants, but the same exact movement, same exact theme, which was a chiming hour and jump hour complication in the skeletonized version of a watch. Beautifully finished, beautifully hand done, everything head to toe in-house, and we were able to stop by and visit them. When you enter the premises, I'm not even gonna lie guys, it makes me feel really ashamed that I have not accomplished as much as I have in my life. These guys are 24 and 25 years old, and what they've accomplished in 2 years is nothing short of spectacular. If you are in the Neuchâtel area and you are able to go visit them, I highly recommend it. You walk into their beautiful facility where you see that they have 4 watchmaker benches set up, 2 for each Alex and Victor, and 2 new watchmakers that have just joined their staff. If you move past that, you see a great workspace area where they are reconditioning and repurposing old watchmaking tools to be used today, because they prefer working with old proper watchmaking tools as opposed to the tools that are now given in watchmaking schools today that are much more modern and I guess easier to use and technically precise. They prefer working with those equipment of yesteryear to create their watch. And if you move upstairs, you see where all the magic happens, where their third partner is working behind the scenes on 3D imaging and making sure all the equipment runs properly. And not only in their main facility, they took us across the street to show us where, I kid you not, they found 6 CNC machines that were out of commission, not working properly. They reconditioned them and they got these machines working back to life so that they could produce their own parts, their own cases, and do everything head to toe in-house. Guys, they're 24 and 25 years old. This is all done in under 2 years, and when you go and visit them, the beautiful way that these buildings were set up and their offices were set up, it's just nothing short of incredible. You go upstairs from there and they show us where 3 of their finishers are working by hand to finish the movement pieces, and literally using wood that they find out in the woods, I guess you could say, or in the forest, and refining these special wood to finish the parts of these movements. It is absolutely incredible. And from there we went into their lounge area where they were able to deliver their subscription watches to a dear friend of mine. Congrats to him for both getting a Hazemann and a Victor Monnin. He got the set, the pair of both of them, which I'm not sure how many other people got. Such exciting watches. I'm really excited for the future of these guys. And not only that, they are just the most humble, nice guys you will ever meet in the watchmaking world. Kudos to them. And guys, thank you so much if you're watching this for hosting us, and we hope to see you guys again. After we left Hazemann and Monnin, we headed over to our dear friend Sylvain Berneron, also located in Neuchâtel, to visit his new facilities. If you haven't seen our original video with him, we will link it in the description below. Anyways, we are very happy to catch up with Sylvain, take a tour of his new facility, and sit down with him to check out his new amazing watch that has just been announced earlier this year. Let's take a look.
Happy to see you.
Nice to see you.
Congrats on the new place.
Thank you very much.
Very welcome. Tour?
Yes, of course. Let's roll. We took these premises 6-7 months ago now, as you know, because you came in my living room before. So we spent a year to build this place, invested a substantial bag of money. Took a year to build. Now it's 700 square meters ready. This can accommodate up to 30-35 people. Currently we have 10 people, although today it's Friday afternoon, so we are just 5 or 6. Yes, I will give you a tour just to show you how we built it. It's like a small watch factory, basically.
That's it.
This is the workshop, but I will show you the stocks first.
Jeez, dude.
So this is not entirely my stock, thank God. So we are sharing this, but I need access to what's behind you.
Okay.
Which is basically a heavy duty lifter. So basically this building is important for us because you can load up to 1 ton per square meter, which is very different. It's another standard compared to an old barn, shaky floors and dust everywhere. So this is 1 ton per square meter, and we have a heavy duty lifter, which you can basically bring the heavy machinery up to the 3rd floor.
So now that you have such a much bigger facility, does that mean your clients can expect increased production?
48 hours delivery.
No. I didn't mean increased delivery speed. I mean increased production of watches so that more people can get their hands on
That was
them.
always the plan.
We increase by 50 pieces per year. So this year, next year, we'll increase our production by 50 pieces because we introduced the new annual calendar,
Right.
which you're gonna see. So we do increase production in total volume, but not per reference.
Okay.
So for example, the stone dials, it's still 24 pieces per year and per reference. And this we do not increase because we took a commitment and we don't deviate from that.
So if you didn't get an allocation, apologies from Sylvain, but he will have many future models for you to harass him about and a much bigger facility produce them in.
I'll show you all the nitty-gritty. So this is basically what we call a delivery bay. So you are in a neutral space from an insurance standpoint. So delivery guy, when he comes in, this is all he sees from our company.
Oh, that's great.
So we have, you see the Ferrari bags and stuff. We close everything from here, and it's escaped from the company in the conditionments that we manage, and nobody enters the armored surface.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Very important and huge requirements from. We make watches, but I could very well be an insurance company on my own.
From what you learned from going through this? Us too. Damn, this is a big space. It's doors.
But it's only because we have a 10-year plan,
Right.
and I know basically each step that I want to take, but I know that it's worth investing now in this thing.
And by the way, every time I have a conversation with somebody about you and your brand, that is one of the first things that comes up about how everybody respects the fact that you have like thought so far into the future. You know, so
I think a good watch brand should know what they will be up to in 10 years.
yeah.
If you want to buy the right machines, invest in the right people, develop the right calibers, etc., etc.
Yeah, it's also from a perspective of consumer confidence as well. You know, to know that like the investment we're making in you and the watches are going to last, you know, our lifetimes.
So we have 2 different stocks. So basically each watch, then when it's finished, comes up here, then Fabien has to validate, then it goes on the next one, then I have to validate, and then it goes. So we have a triple level of control with 3 different people, and only then it can exit the atelier. Logistics and sales access this room, and here the atelier, so operations, watchmakers access this room, which is components. Then this is the cool stuff. This is component side, and we store everything in individual.
That's for mine, right?
Yes. This
I
older one.
I didn't order this Mirage, so.
So this is how we store each and every component.
Oh, wow.
As a matter of proof, because some people sometimes wonder, I already have. SAV means after saves.
Oh wow.
So I already have each and every single component that I need, from case back screws.
So these are parts for when a watch does come in for service. You have them at the ready. Oh wow.
I have a case, I have case backs, I have everything I need, which is obviously cash sitting doing nothing, but is important for the quality of the series.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hence, this is a lot of work. They are beveled by hand.
Yeah, I know. That's why I just gave it deep breath. Like, oh my god.
18 karat goals. Oh, and one, I mean, people won't be able to see it on the camera, but I want you and Sasha to feel this, because, you know, you heard me saying in interviews I make white gold spring bars, yeah, right? So it's one thing to say it, I'd like to prove my point. It's how heavy it is. Mr. Davidov. Oh fuck.
That's crazy.
And gold's up there,
No plating, yeah? This is
So you
proper.
guys I literally got a delivery of steel frame bars yesterday, so I know exactly what the weight difference is.
Has that made your life more challenging to do these? No.
Price of
Because of the
gold?
price of gold going up so sharply in recent time.
When I ordered the first components, gold was at like 45 a kilo, now it's 105. Yeah, that's 100 over.
Yeah.
Some experts say it might go up to 200, so I have no idea. And this is for the record why we usually close the order book after 3 years, because I do not want to overextend my commitment to like in the future, which I could not hold the consequences.
Yeah, of course.
How long in advance do you have to advance the gold for the production of cases?
Usually as early as you can, especially in these days when it
very volatile.
so we tend to edge it as much gas as I have. I sort of love the gold now and I see it climbing up, so but that's still smart. I could have invested 5 million into gold storage 3 years ago. We all would have been doing it.
If we could predict the future, we'd all be very, very rich men.
So for example here we have, so it says do not touch, but I will make an exception. So these are basically power reserve tests, so that when we finish them they are all in a separate box. We note what goes when, movement number, then each number is tested with on the Vichy, so it's chronometry, stability, etc., and only when it's all green then they can go in a watch, and then we test it again.
Yeah, I was literally just about to ask, after you case the watches, how much more
Test it
tests?
again.
Yeah.
We do another full power reserve test, waterproofness test, and a chronometric test as well. And he has to clear it all.
Of course.
No, I mean, as a price point, there is no question.
Yeah. For when you organized all this, did you draw on your experience from working at other brands like Rightly and stuff, like how they organize things to kind of figure out how you wanted it for yourself?
From Breitling, and my wife is an architect, so she came up with a lean roof plan structure.
Okay.
To make sure like the stock is close to the delivery bay, the stock is close to the watchmaking atelier, etc. And you have to avoid people having to cross the whole thing to do their thing. It has to be a convenient way to
Ergonomic flow. Right.
Here it isn't well finished yet, but this is what we call an atelier de réglage. It's in very dry premises. We are still building this place. The goal here is to help the atelier if you have to adjust some components. That means making a hole wider, making a component slightly flatter, etc., adjust the finishing, etc. We are not producing anything here. We do not intend to. I say that for my dear supplier friends in the canton, because if they see some machine, they will say, oh. So yes, we use the établissage method, which means we order our components outside, we quality check everything here, we assemble everything here, and then we ship to the customer, but we do not manufacture our components.
I think you've said that from the beginning, though.
Yes, it's never been my intention. I think everybody should stick to his own job. I'm a designer, I'm building a brand,
Right.
and I'm building products, but I am not a lathe turner, a CNC machine guy. I could not do this. I could never manage the level of quality that our partner achieve, and I would be silly to try to compete with these guys. They've been at it for generations. It would be naive.
And you need a lot more money.
It's the historical way Swiss watchmaking has been working, by the way. One guy make wheels, one guy make bridges, one guy make anchors, and it's a collaborative process.
We were at Moser because we're on a group trip, and they were showing us the hairspring. That's what they perfected, and they supply to a lot of different brands. You know, it's a very collaborative effort, and I've always appreciated that about the Swiss watch industry. It's always very collaborative. You know, no man is an island, as they say.
And even if you manage to make all the components, then what are you going to do? You're going to open a logistic company to ship your watches. You have to own a gold mine, to take your own gold. So there is a limit to in-house anyway.
Sure.
So I'd rather focus on my own discipline and let the others do what they master. Sure. And basically this is a miniature manufacturer. So Patrick is the head of the atelier. Quality checks everything, assemble the watches. Here we have chronometry, waterproofness tests, quality control. They've gone and they've on the bigger or the main side, waiting the packages, shipping them, which is a lot more work than it seems actually.
I'm sure we know.
Yeah, we know. It is crazy.
It takes up a lot of time. People don't realize how much time that back end, administrative work takes.
And it is, in my opinion, a significant part of the quality of the series. Because receiving a good product in shitty conditions is already corrupt. Not so cool. And I remember some friends told me, why didn't I hire a head of logistics? You're 5 guys. And I'm like, look, because I consider this process to be a significant part of the experience.
Yeah. And I think your clients will recognize and appreciate that, especially if you have one bad experience receiving a watch that wasn't packed well or arrived broken or this or that, and there's no one to help you resolve the problem. You appreciate when there is, So I think it's a very important part of any business, especially the watch business.
I'll show you. So this is the watchmaking atelier. We also had to invest in these bad boys. Sure. Yeah, I will show you where the money goes.
Temperature, humidity, everything.
Yeah.
Huh? So we had to helicopter this shit on the roof. You have one blower to dry the air, one to control the temperature. And that goes directly in the atelier to make sure what we case is dry enough, good temperature, etc., etc.
Especially because you have such high ceilings and it's a big room. Yeah, of course.
So you can cut a lot of corners. And then same here, we are a small company, but you have to change the shoes when you get in. It's simple stuff. I'm not asking people to walk in an astronaut suit, but there is a basic level of stuff, especially when you have good watchmakers. Yeah. Patrick could give you the time with a rock and a stick if he wanted to, but he knows how to make good watches, and I'm just trying to help him with this too. Because that clears the dust, makes the hair drier, etc.,
Right.
etc. So he saves a lot of time for that.
It's also just a much bigger level of quality control. Yeah.
This was a new building, or it was something else before?
Now that building is 40 years old, almost 50, and it has been built for industrial purposes. You can see we have a lot of first electric plugs. Yeah, you still see a lot in the roof, everywhere on the roof, because they used to have machines everywhere here to produce microelectronic chips for the quartz crisis. So we are happy to revert that back.
Right. Bring it back.
And then what did you have to build out? Like, did you add walls? Did you add... That's a blank page.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
It took a year. Either you do it or you don't, but it's a big step, and if you do it, you better tick all the boxes right, to have the right tool to
Do it right the first time.
Like, I can't tell to Patrick, stop for 3 weeks because we're gonna install the air stuff, and it's gonna put a lot of dust in your working space for another month that you have to clean. I have to do it from the get-go.
Right. Better do it the first time than redo it,
Then this is what I would say the group area. So we basically have a client reception area. We all take lunch as a team in the room as well. Behind you is a meeting room as well, which we'll get into, and then we basically operate like I would say a large roommates. Yeah, like a big factory.
Big family.
Yeah,
Big family there. It's awesome. I'm very happy for it. It's a very cool space.
On paper, it's 3 people per year.
Okay.
And this year we hired 6 people.
Yeah, so best laid plans of mice and men, huh?
Yeah. So I could not tell you. As we speak, we are trying to catch up with the company because it grows faster than we are able to grasp with it. So the waiting time keeps getting longer until when it gets counterproductive.
Right.
So we are trying to adjust to that to deliver a good client service. To me, over 3 years of waiting for a watch is to me a failure. So I try to adjust to this.
There are watchmakers who make you wait 7 to 10.
I know, and I'm not sure if you would give them the option. I'm not sure if it's a choice for them. Yeah, they probably suffer from that situation. I mean, I'm a collector myself. I'll gladly give you a deposit and wait 3 years, but no more.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think that's like the maximum it should be. So you built this up with the idea in mind that you're having staff continually year over year increasing. So you're prepared.
But it makes sense only if you have a business plan and you know the growth rate and you know you hire 3 to 5 people a year, etc. Because as an anecdote, when I rented that space, the girl from the renting agency, because we rent that space, I do not own the building, unfortunately, she was like, okay, so you need 700 square meters. All right. How many people are you? And we were 4 guys in the company. And I told her we have 4. She was like, Why do you need all the space?
We love hide and seek.
You need so much room for activities.
We love hide and seek. Is there an escape room?
So, but please guys, take a seat. I will bring the trays. Okay, look. So this is our second collection called Quantième. From a brand building perspective, the goal was to build the polar opposite to the Mirage. Why? It's to claim what I would say creative amplitude and territory of expression. As a brand, I do not want to be the Mirage guy for the rest of my life. We needed to escape this signature very fast, otherwise we could have been trapped in our own creative juice, so to speak. So this is as far away as possible from the Mirage. So this is entirely symmetric when the Mirage is asymmetric. The Mirage is thin, this is slightly thicker. And the Mirage is technically simple because it's a three-hand when this is highly, highly complicated. The collection is called Quantième, which means a counting device in English. And we start with an annual calendar. And the way you would read the dial display, you would read the time vertically, so hour, minute, seconds, and you would read the calendar horizontally, day, date, months. The goal of that is to sequence the information for the user and to have it feed the dial, basically feeds you the information in the sequence you need it. And you always start from the same starting point on the dial. You do not have to cross-read the dial to find the information, unlike, unfortunately, most of the complicated calendars currently on the market. So this is why we decided to use that double architecture. This is basically the strategic starting point in terms of graphic composition, and I will explain the movement later. But this is basically, so these are dummies. You can put them on your wrist if you want. They are not functioning pieces, but they reflect the final aesthetic of the watch. So if you push on the crown, you can...
Oh, the crown.
Yeah. So it's 38 millimeter. The case will be in platinum. At the end, all the internals are in gold. That includes the movement, the dial, the hands. And speaking of seeing ahead, for the record, when I launched the Mirage in 2023, I was already developing this caliber, which took over 2 years of research and development to achieve. And it's a very demanding caliber for the reasons that you have 4 instant jumps
I was just saying,
on this guy.
I can't imagine because of only, yeah.
And at the end of the month, in some scenarios, like 31st of December, all the windows jump at the same time, as well as the retrograde date, which comes back.
So you wanted to make your life a little complicated.
Because the problem is these are the discs in the movement, and some of them are huge, like this is the hour disc, and it's massive. So despite having 2 barrels, this movement would not be able to basically make all the parts jump at the same time. So the way we achieved that is to do, the movement basically has 4 remontoirs in the movement, and you save the energy for each disc, basically. So this is one. This basically will wind over the course of 24 hours, then drops onto a star of 7 to jump the day. But as a result of that, when in the scenarios where you drop the 4 discs at the same time, you have 0 drop of amplitude. Your watch basically doesn't.
Yes. Interesting.
Because we use the remontoirs. So you save the energy up front. That's my point. It's not like a chrono when you started.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Sleepy.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
So this is where, and this is why we use 2 patents on this caliber, which is why I cannot take that part away. We have filed 2 patents in order to, there is a very clever and highly efficient energy management in this caliber in order to make so many bars jump at the same time in some scenarios.
Was this one of those scenarios where watchmakers hated you for a very long time? Kind of like with the Mirage, where you wanted it a certain way, and they're like, it can't be done, it can't be done.
It took us a long time to... There is as well no correctors on the side of the case, 0. You set the time and the day through the crown, and then you set the day and the month through the large pushers, yes, on the side of the case. So you don't need a tool, basically take 30 seconds.
I never understand why brands don't use larger buttons for calendar functions.
Because they are harder to make waterproof.
I mean, it's a simple explanation, but there's got to be somebody else who could figure it out.
No, the problem is also the antennas, like MBNF, ends up looking like the travel time also.
Sure.
Like it just starts looking like antennas sticking out of everywhere, and it kills the harmony and the shape of the case. It starts to be like disruptive.
Right.
So you have to find like a healthy balance between like the practicality of use, elongate kind of vision of things, and then, or everything has to be like hidden in the case and then you're there with your like little corrector trying to change the moon phase. So it really kind of depends.
Really great. Like really great. You know, it's sometimes like, you know, you see things on social media, you see everybody going crazy about something, you know, like has now happened with you twice with the Mirage and now this. The praise has just been across the board very positive. But it's hard to understand it until you see it in the metal. And people told me that also about the three-dimensional aspect of your dial and the crystal.
Yep.
And you can't really see that in photos. Like,
So
it's
the first
something
time I
you
saw
have
the
to
computer-generated picture, Roy showed it to me. Maybe? It doesn't do it justice. Like this watch is way nicer in person. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but I think it's a compliment.
It certainly is a compliment.
Backhanded compliment.
Except for the render guy. But
No, but I think that like I think that if somebody has the opportunity, I really, whether this watch is for them or not, or if they're ever whatever, it's something that you really need to see in person.
I wholeheartedly agree with
Like
that.
1,000,000%. If you can find a way to come see this watch like in person, that is very important.
Well, Sylvain, we've known each other, what, like a little over a year now? And you made a lot of progress. Very happy for you. Congrats on all your success. Congrats on that angle. It is honestly, like, I'm not just saying this because the campers are rolling, because I said it to you probably when they were fantastic. And I hope everybody who sees this video gets the chance to see you in person, because what an accomplishment, honestly. Thank you for the tour.
You're very welcome.
And congrats on all your success.
Thank you.
Well, that about wraps it up for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed that little detour from Vintage Land to explore two of our favorite up-and-coming watchmakers with us. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to always like, comment, and subscribe. And I guess we'll see you on the next one. Bye.